Good evening, everyone. Brewmaster here with another great ale review. Tonight I have something for you from Southern Tier Brewing Company. This is Compass. This is a bottle-conditioned Imperial Sparkling Ale brewed with rose hips and citrusy hops. And I think this was only first brewed in 2013. So this is the, third year now? Let me see if it's got a little. It's 9% ABV. It's a big 22-ounce bottle, 650 milliliter. It says to serve in a tulip glass, but I'm going to serve in this one. I had it out, and that's what I want. It says the color is light straw, bitterness is medium, aroma is bright and floral, flavor biscuity, fresh, citrus, and effervescent. Before the days of global positioning satellites, GPS, sailors relied on the sextant and compass to find their way. These devices seem quaint now, but were once indispensable. Despite being surrounded by high technology, we rely on old tools in the brewery. We use the six-pointed brewer's star as a sort of compass to help navigate uncharted brews. The cardinal points of water, malt, grain, yeast, hops, and a brewer make the baseline. You have the tools, now it's time to navigate some uncharted waters. Let's see. The brewery started in Lakewood, New York in 2002. I think, yeah, in 2002 with equipment they had procured from the old Saddleback Brewing Company. Let's see if it says anything. The food pairings for this one are sharp cheddar cheese, roasted turkey, beef, or Thai food. It's a spring-summer release. Excuse me. That's about all I've got there. Let's get a pour on this one and see what it looks like. Now, I don't like every beer that I've had from Southern Tier, but I like a lot more than what I don't, and for the most part I think they're a pretty good brewery. I love their pumpkin, I love their warlock, I love their chocolate, I love their mocha, so I like a lot of their stuff. It's a pretty darn good brewery. Seeing some chunks in there from the bottle conditioning. See, something a lot of people don't really know is the bottle conditioning, it means that there is a little bit of sugar and a little bit of yeast added before it is capped, and that is how it gets its carbonation. And it also helps to clean up, get rid of some of the, I think with time anyway, some of maybe the diacetyl alcohols, some of any off flavors it may have had, which they're not going to have, but I as a home brewer might sometimes have it, so I use it for that. Also, it will help to eliminate any oxygen that may have gotten into the brew during bottling, or getting it from the fermenter into the bottling vessel. And you don't want oxygenation because it can provide its own off flavors. So bottle conditioning actually does a couple of really good beneficial things. I don't know if you guys can see the little bits and chunks in there. They're not big, they're very small, but there are little bits. It's a relatively clear, yellowish, slightly golden beer. Medium carbonation. A nice 2 or 2.5 finger, very, very white, rocky head. So let's get a nose, see what this one smells like. Wow, a lot more hoppy than I had figured it would be. A very piney, citrusy hop aroma dominates. I mean, it smells like an IPA, honestly. There's a little bit of a straw, hay, kind of a grainy scent. A little bit of a sweet, sort of a caramel malt smell. And that's about all I'm really getting. Let's get a taste, see what it tastes like. A lot more malt comes through in the taste. Still very hoppy, very citrusy, piney, some dry, sort of earthy notes to the hops. But there's also some A little bit of pineapple, a little bit of mango, a little bit of grapefruit. You've got that sweet caramel baseline, which I think that sweet caramel taste is actually pretty potent. I think there's just enough hops in here that's really, the bitterness from the hops is really countering it. It's balancing it really well. It goes down really slick. You're left with mainly the bitter and a little bit of the grapefruit from the hop. A little tiny bit sweet. Very pleasant. Goes down well. Very, I don't know, not heavy, but a nice thick medium mouthfeel. Very, very generous lacing. Just clinging to the sides there. Head retention seems to be okay. Not too bad. At 9%, honestly, I would never have been able to tell you it was 9%. It tastes more like a 7 or a 7.5, something like that, like a 7% beer. And as you can see, now you should be able to. A lot more chunks. Now that kind of freaks me out. Those are big. I normally don't mind some chunks, but if you guys can see that, those are some big, big chunks. Wow. I know, like I said, I don't run away from a little chunkiness in a Hefeweiss beer or an unfiltered beer. But those are big. Big, big, big. It tastes fine though. So I'm going to go with it. But, that is a lot. Wigs me out a little bit. But I'm not going to waste the beer. It tastes fine. I don't think it's anything that would hurt you. I think it just, from the bottle conditioning, it had quite a bit of sediment. It doesn't probably help that I carried this in a backpack earlier for a little while, so it really got shaken up. If I would have let this go a day or two and let that settle back down, cold crash, collect on the bottom again, I'm sure I could have poured this, left just a little on the bottom, and most of that would have never made it into my glass, but that's my fault. Can't blame the beer. All in all, this beer's really tasty. I would have to give it probably a 84 or an 85. It's not effervescent, I don't think, like they said. It's not all that carbonated. It's mainly just really dank on the hop end. Like I said, grapefruit, pineapple, a little mango, very herbal and piney. A lot of the bitterness sticking on in the end. A little sweet caramel. I mean, it's definitely tasty, fairly complex. Pretty good beer. Just don't look at your glass. You might get wigged out. I've been Brewmaster. You guys have a wonderful evening. Leave your comments in the box below. Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Cheers, guys. Stay tuned for more videos soon.